few yesterdays ago, there was another Midwestern paperboy with big ideas. Walter Elias Disney. He used to sketch the pigs and chickens on his dad's farm, and he shared a newspaper route with his older brother, Roy. The brothers Disney, they teamed up again to go into the cartoon business, and when Walt decided to make the first full-length animated feature, his older brother thought he was dopey.
Hollywood agreed. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was called Disney's Folly. $1.5 million, 6 times the cost of the average film.
The banker, I think, was losing more sleep than I was. And fortunately, though, when we put it in, premiered it and everything else, why, everything was fine. The banker was happy.
At $8 million, it was the highest grossing film ever at the time. Disney's Folly struck gold. Walt forged ahead, always growing, always willing to take risks. After Disneyland, for the first and last time in his life, Walt proposed a sequel. Following a survey of America by air, Walt's last creative act was the transformation of a Florida swamp. 30,000 acres, the size of 2 Manhattans.
Here in Florida, we have something special we never enjoyed at Disneyland, a blessing of size. There's enough land here to hold all the ideas and plans we could possibly imagine.
Even the ever-skeptical Roy applauded Walt's last grand scheme. But the brothers Disney would not be able to finish it together. Walt died suddenly in 1966.
A lot of people thought they would just abandon the idea because it really, they hadn't even started construction yet.
In his 70s, prepared to retire, Roy made his brother's last wish his own. It was then the largest private construction project in the world. Some 60,000 trees were planted, 8,000 workers, 55-ton concrete beams flown in from Tacoma to build a monorail that stopped in the lobby of a futuristic hotel. Roy dedicated the park, October 1971.
Walt Disney World is a tribute to the philosophy and the life of Walter Elias Disney.
This was his final gift to Walt. Roy Disney died 2 months after the opening, age 78. Walt Disney's insistence on buying all those acres of Florida real estate 3 decades ago was meant to give his successors room to build, and build his way. Roads intentionally curved to hide one destination from another. Each attraction, each park meant to be a dream sequence fully realized, correct in every detail, designed and positioned to avoid visual distractions. A 3-dimensional story sprung to life. Underneath the Magic Kingdom, for example, is a subterranean backstage. A vast basement of tunnels, turning the business of fantasy into a disappearing act.
We have to pour it in there. It's what I call keeping a show on the road. That's been our policy all our lives. My brother and I have done that, and that is what has built our organization.
Epcot, a celebration of human diversity, was unveiled in 1982. A 3rd theme park, Disney MGM Studios, a Hollywood happily refashioned by Disney, opened in 1989. Hotels on the property have increased from 2 in 1971 to more than a dozen. 3 water parks have sprung. To entertain children who have grown up, a place called Pleasure Island. All this from swampland recast by the combined efforts of 2 Midwestern paperboys.
I don't think any of this, all this Disney empire could have happened without either Walt or Roy. Like with Snow White and Disneyland, Roy was kind of apprehensive about both of those projects first, but they all worked out. And so it was kind of a balancing of the 2.
The Florida project, as Walt would have expected, remains a work in progress.
Looking good.
The curriculum at the new Disney Institute includes rock climbing, cooking classes,
follow right behind with the orange juice,
and instruction in the fundamental art of Disney, animation.
Way out there so you get that, bam.
Celebration, the realization of one of Walt's last bold ideas, is a unique, progressive community designed with yesterday's aesthetics and tomorrow's technology. And the Animal Kingdom, scheduled to open in 1998, will explore the natural world, from the real to the mythical. At its center will be a man-made tree of life, 14 stories tall, 50 feet wide.
It's a great legacy to Walt, kind of. I think he'd be really glad that they keep expanding it, because he said it would never be complete, and I don't think it will be.
As much as all that has been built in his name, this too endures, an abiding, childlike spirit of possibility.
And no one would argue, the magic lives on.
We hope you've had a good time, and we'd like to thank Drew Carey, Rosie O'Donnell, Jeff Daniels, and all our other guests and performers for giving us a hand. But before we leave, we're going to say goodbye with Gloria Estefan to remember the magic. Happy anniversary, Disney World.